lucky day, big boy.
Ready for action.
It's pretty simple. If you want to catch fish,
Almost had 2 nibbles.
gotta get mad at them. Channel that anger out of the reel, down the rod, through the line, right into the mouth of the biggest, baddest fish out there.
That's all there is to it.
Get in there, boat.
He got it.
It's a full contact sport, this red fishing.
Wow. He's coming in the boat. Welcome to the Big Fish. We've got a great show. Bit of a surprise today. The surprise is we don't really know exactly what we're going to do as far as catching fish, leaving on a little bit of a scouting trip. Had plans to go maybe deep into find some good clean water for speckled trout, maybe even look for some big hammers, but winds are blowing a little more than we'd like, so then it becomes plan B. We also have a surprise because, well,
got
really
me on board.
Robbie to join us, and he, I think he just quit his job and he decided to come fish with us. So if you have nobody to count your shrimp, don't blame us. Robbie just made the choice. Came with us to go fishing. Fishing with Captain Eric Olson, right out of Shell Beach. Eric, what have you been seeing? What's been going on? Talk a little bit about the fishing right now. We are well into an extended spillway season. I think the last count was 160, 180. Anyway, we have a lot of bays open. No plans for it to close. What do we got?
It's been a lot tougher for us this year, especially with the trout.
Sure.
Redfish have been holding up. The water's just really dirty outside. And it's been making it definitely even a little more challenging for some of the guys.
I'd imagine that it's making it more challenging for oyster fishermen, Robbie. I imagine it's making it more challenging for the bait fishermen. What is that water doing closer to home for you?
Making us have to run a lot further to go get our
find the bait?
Yeah.
And really more importantly, because one of the things we've always believed is sargassum grass, coral reefs, and oyster reefs are sort of the basis of where life starts in the waters that we fish in coastal Louisiana. So what's happening to our oyster reefs with all this? We're seeing dead dolphin, over 100 reported because of freshwater impact on them. And here's the fun part, and you'll like this. I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, I always thought dolphin was smarter than speckled trout. But we're not seeing speckled trout floating anywhere, so apparently they have enough sense to go find the saltier water. But oysters can't. So what's happening as far as your reefs right now?
Well, we're having a lot of mortality on our oyster beds, especially on the state wild reefs. But we're all starting to see some mortality on the private beds too. So it's going to happen. It's just, you know, it's not if, it's when. It's going to happen.
And those are reefs that it seems like every time the new limestone is being brought out to seed, seem to be moving further and further, closer and closer to Breton Sound and Chandelier Sound. So further out to stay in that salinity. Is it just getting harder and harder to keep the salinity on the reefs no matter what?
Well, you know, when you don't have just only spillway. You got Pearl River dumping. You got all these, you know, Amite River. All these rivers are high, so all that's contributing to, you know, a load of fresh water up in that lake. So, and Lake Pontchartrain. So it all has to come out. I don't think things are going to straighten out until we get some kind of tropical disturbance.
Get a little saltwater push back in.
Absolutely.
Well, that makes sense.
Not that we're looking for that, but I mean that's what it's going to take.
I understand. A near miss is what we
want. Not too early, because we're going to have to let some of this stuff get out, and then
I agree. Few tidal washes.
October.
All right, now the tough question of the day. Captain Eric Olson, Saltwater Therapy Charters. What's the plan?
We're going to give it a shot, see if we can go find a few trout in the marsh.
Okay,
which has really been tough.
That's, you heard straight from the man. We're going to give it a shot. That's the plan. We're going to give it a shot.
Yep.
So, as we head to the Wyclosky Bridge, we're going to jump onto that, and that means that we're going to probably take a little shortcut through towards Delacroix and give it a shot. Of course, a little later we'll head on down to 808 BN to see what Chef Tenny Flint's cooking in the GW Finn's kitchen. But right now, you take a break. We'll get under the bridge, and we'll start fishing after this.
Wyclosky Bridge, you copy?
First bait in the water, Robbie Campbell. That's it. First cast. Here we go.
But I got the first one, Jack.
First one. Had to throw me out of my spot.
I got it.
So that you go back in it and catch the first fish. Now, is it something we're happy about?
I don't know. I think it's a trout.
The UFO, unidentified fish object.
Oh, it's a little.
It's a little guy.
It's all right though. It is of the species reseek.
That's right.
Grill a little
Like
bit.
that.
Yeah, let him go. Yeah. That's okay. First one in the boat, brother. Boat to the boat.
2 in a row.
Woo.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I got it. Almost pulled out of my hand. This one's gonna keep. This one will keep.
I got one swallow the hook here, buddy.
All right, I caught up with Robbie. My one is as good as his 2. We'll take it on the stick here. Oh, almost 13. So our first stop was a lot of small speckled trout. Encouraging to know that in places like Four Horse Lake, you're gonna see that kind of action just because the water around here has been so dirty from the spillway in the Lake Pontchartrain Basin. But only one keeper out of probably 50, 60 trout. So we head a little further south, see what happens.
Got some of the little shoulders here.
What we got? Oh yeah, beautiful red. Perfect. Need a net? You want a net? Want a net? No, you don't. Boom. Oh, man.
Pretty red.
A beautiful red fish.
Pretty one.
Not as good as it gets as far as fighting and eating and catching. That's fresh. Woohoo!
One for the box.
Uh-oh, little drag. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Boom. That is another good fish. Not as big as yours was, but he fought hard. He fought hard.
Then come join his buddy.
That's it. We got parking spaces. That
Gaspagoo.
Is it gas? That is a freshwater drum.
a freshwater drum.
I've never seen one that small.
You make a good point.
I have never ever seen one
Freshwater
that
drum.
small.
Gaspagoo. Okay, Sakale, a striped bass. I think, ow. I think it's a little white. White.
Is that what they call the hybrid or whatever? Or
Yeah, it's a hybrid. It's got the broken lines. Hope I don't get this wrong, because I potentially could, but because your stripes don't connect. Generally speaking, that's your hybrid. Now the wildlife biologists will tell you they can count fins and they can tell you about a lot of other things. That's the best way I know to go. Here's the good news. It really doesn't matter if I got it right or wrong, because it's not going in the box.
everybody says, oh, your shrimp small. Yeah, that's what we're going to use too, right there.
One, every cast, every cast, every cast. Every cast, 15 inches. 15 inches. Look, Robbie, doubled up, doubled up. Captain Merrick had his bait in the water, we'd be tripled up. What? Get a net, 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 please 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 get a net. Don't throw me over getting a net. Here we go. Ready?
That beauty, a flatfish.
Love fish. A big love fish. How you like that? Well, I saw him come up and I got all excited. I can't tell you how long it has been. And you know, flounder, the reason I asked for a net, I screamed for one, I cried like a little girl for one, is because flounder will get off the hook faster than any other fish in the world. They throw their mouth sideways. And he's hooked fairly well, but he could have thrown it. And that is an absolutely gorgeous flounder. Whoo, you are my buddy. Mwah. You are right.
Hey, CT,
Yes.
let's go see what Chef Tenny Flynn's got going on at
GW Fins?
Yeah,
808
why not?
Bienville.
Yeah, 808 Bienville. In the French Quarters, people. Let's go see.
All right, this is something that we do at GW Fins because about 10% of our business, the people that come in here don't want to eat seafood. So we've got chicken, we've got pork chops, and we always have a steak on the menu. And in a prior life, before we opened GW's, I was a corporate chef for Ruth's Chris. Prior to that, I worked 3 years in a prime beef steakhouse in Atlanta. So for 10 years, I cooked prime beef. So every once in a while, I've just got to have a steak. That is a USDA prime New York strip. It's about 20 ounces. This is minimalist cooking. It doesn't get any more minimal than this. I've got meat, I've got salt, I've got pepper, I've got a hot iron skillet. This approximates the high heat that we have in a steakhouse broiler that you can do at home. So I've got the oven turned on 500 degrees. I've got the iron skillet on the pan turned up pretty high, like if you're blackening a piece of fish. One little caveat, if you've got a sensitive smoke detector, bear this in mind. This is going to kick up a lot of smoke. Also, another steakhouse trick, bring your meat up to room temp before you cook it. So this steak has been sitting out for about an hour. I've got, this is the first salt I grabbed this morning. This is some fairly fancy sea salt, but any kind of salt will do. Also got coarse ground black pepper. Do not be afraid to season liberally. This is a big piece of meat. This is the only seasoning it gets on there, so don't be afraid of the salt and pepper. I'm not even worried about putting any fat in my iron skillet because there's so much fat on the steak. Okay, here we go. Prime steak, salt and black pepper, hot iron skillet. I'm going to get as much color on that as I can. Before I put it in the oven. So say about 3 minutes on each side. Okay, we're going to finish this in a 500-degree oven. I know I said this is a totally minimalist dish with just salt and pepper and meat, but I've got some really nice little mushrooms here, some shallots and garlic. Give that a quick saute. That's a beautiful steak. Sauteed mushrooms and shallots and garlic. That is a USDA prime New York strip. It's about 20 ounces from GW Fins.
GW Fins has dinner items so fresh they print a new menu daily. Give them a call and tell them CT said to give you the best seat in the house. Oh yeah. Come on, coming up top. Look, that water's clear enough you can actually see the fish. Cleanest water I've seen in a month. Holy mackerel. In the net. Whoa, doesn't like the net. Making a beeline for you, Eric. Did a U-turn, how you like that? Hiya!
Over it for him.
We gonna put that one in the box. Nice to have a professional on board.
I'm so glad I could make it today.
Right there. Got him that time, Eric.
Look at him jumping in the air, putting on a show. It's like SeaWorld. There you go.
He might be a key.
Might even make the team.
A Rondo sea brim.
Rondo.
A bay snapper. A convict. A fish with many names and very little love. All right, so the wind's been kicking up a little bit. We pulled out of the marsh to try to fish a little around the outside of the Mr. Go. A little dirty, a little windy. Moved inside, so we're fishing by the dam. Give it a try. Oh, look at you. A little slow on the hook set there, Robert Campo.
I think it's a hardhead.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It is a gorgeous trophy-sized pinfish, something we have not caught today that can now go.
Look at this.
By the way, I want you to know something. There is a category for state record pinfish, and 0 have been entered. So that right there, technically, if you went through the process, could be a state record pinfish.
Could be.
Nice catch. Hey, good. Come on, man. You gotta show everybody.
Oh.
Yeah, show folks that don't want to see a state record pinfish. Well, damn. Nothing at the rocks. Did you get that? See what I did there? We had a lot of variety today. We had speckled trout, redfish, flounder caught by just an amazing angler.
Yeah.
All right, we had hybrid bass.
Yep.
We had gaspagoo
Yes.
caught by a not so amazing angler. We had what else? What am I missing? Certainly we had
That state record
sheephead,
pinfish.
Pinfish.
state record pinfish. What else? Come on,
Big
needlefish.
needlefish.
Big needlefish. We had a just.
Who had a needlefish? I didn't see no needlefish.
That's because I kept it kind of. Same guy that caught that amazing gaspagoo.
I missed that.
And then redeemed himself with just a gorgeous flounder. But I think if it does anything, it shows us that the fish are still here despite that dirty water. Yes, there are issues. Yes, it's difficult for the dolphin to survive. Yes, you're seeing hybrid bass next to speckled trout that shouldn't be, gaspagoo
Right.
where they shouldn't be. But at least we know they're alive, they're biting, they're here. It's not as easy to smack them as it used to be, is it?
Absolutely not.
But if you come out here and you spend some time and you do the things you're supposed to do, look for the cleanest water you can find, try to find a little bait, and be patient. Is that fair? Is patience a key?
Patience is the key.
Is a big key. Now, so
And
do you?
determination.
And that's a good point. Do you actually hit more spots than you normally would in hopes of just picking up onesie twosies? What's the strategy?
Without a doubt, sticking and moving. We really haven't been finding them stacked up, and you got to cover some ground.
You just hope you luck into a little onesie twosies. I mean, we hit one point, red's 15 inches with every bite. Then the bite slows down. Boom, we got two keepers.
Right.
You know, so you know, good advice from Captain Eric Olson is just that: is get in an area you know, look for the best conditions that you can find, and then pound it out. You know, and then just keep moving and be thinking about, okay, if I'm here and the dirty water's there and the wind's blowing from this direction, where that next spot of clean water might be. Is that a good strategy? Is that
Keep
something?
looking.
Keep looking, keep pounding, keep working. And in the meantime, speaking of working, you working on making sure we got bait?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like of course I do.
Absolutely.
That's what I do every day. I tell my brother to go catch bait.
No, I don't have to tell him. He just knows.
He does know. You're right, he's really good at it too. So we're gonna see bait down here.
Yep.
And you know, no doubt the fishing is not what you'd like to see this time of year, but it's not bad, and the fish are here, and the weather's beautiful. And if you're looking for somebody to do all the work so you don't have to do anything but complain, you're gonna call Saltwater Therapy Charters. You're gonna see Captain Eric Olson, and you're gonna say, look, man, I just want to get on the boat and not touch a bait or a fish. Is that possible? And his answer will be?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Hey, we're out of time today. Hope to see you catching fish out here like we did today. Maybe even hit a good spot and really knock them out. But if we don't, why don't you do us a favor and join us right back here next time. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
And as always, my brother, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Good
joining
stuff,
us,
man.
Robert.
That was a great, you know, you got to work harder for them. You got to be more patient.
Oh, no doubt.
But that was an awful
No
lot of fun.
doubt. No doubt.
Right there fishing, and we're going home with plenty of fish. If 3 guys are trying to go home with bags of fish, we got plenty.
Yeah, we got
Got no complaints.
plenty enough.
And a beautiful flounder, man. Man, that guy
Yeah.
must have had a great technique.
Yeah, you did it good.
He did a good technique. Got your favorite fish here, J.A.
There we go, Eric.
Trout bait. That's a big one. I got it, boss. I ain't even gonna let you touch that. I'm embarrassed.